A great game for Wrexham, a great game also for Kieffer Moore. Scored more goals versus Sheffield United today than he did in 11 appearances in 2025 for Sheffield United, obviously coming up against his former club. If Wrexham have any chance of getting it into those playoff spots, are they going to need Kieffer Moore to be strong for the next half of the season?
They're going to have to wrap him in cotton wool. They're definitely going to need him. We had a conversation earlier, funny enough, which alludes to, Geoff made a great point that Kieffer Moore is probably the most traditional number 9 striker you have in the Championship. And there we just got a sample size of what it means to be a traditional number 9.
We do know his name is Kieffer Moore, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's called him Kieffer.
Yeah, who is Kieffer?
All right, Kieffer.
Oh, well, I thought everyone was saying Kieffer, so I thought...
No, his name's Kieffer.
Kieffer.
Oh, OK, sorry.
Kieffer Moore.
Kieffer Moore.
Just think FIFA. Kieffer.
Kieffer, OK. Well, talk to me about Kieffer then, Geoff. What did he do well today?
Everything.
Scored goals, obviously.
Everything. And, you know, obviously he was let go by Sheffield United. He's been around enough that he's one of those players, I think the commentator said, he looks sometimes way too good for the Championship and didn't quite make it at Premier League level. He's an in-betweener, as they say. No, but today, he can only do what's in front of him. And I thought he was excellent today. Yeah,
and he can only play for certain teams that are going to get the ball wide, put it in the box. If you try and play, not taking away from his skill set, but if you try and play to feet and link-up play, it's not where he's best served. He's best served running onto the ball and shooting, as we saw for his second goal, or having balls played into the box because he's, 6'6", he's a big ball.
Yeah, if you play to his strengths, 100%.
He goes and scores goals. I think for Wrexham, it's not necessarily about Kieffer, as you say, Kieffer Moore.
Maybe his nickname's Kieffer.
I guarantee you, knowing him, he's not going to be happy that you're calling him that. But anyway, Kieffer Moore.
Do you think Philly Parkinson, the man, just done well to get him?
Kieffer Moore, Broadhead, and name who scored the last goal, got out of bed, Windass. Those three they're going to get you enough goals to be up there. It's whether they can be defensively better. You see the goals that they're conceding, you see the chances that they're conceding. In the Championship, you get punished for that. In League One, they got away with it, and in League Two. And I just think, can they get some more energy in the midfield? For me, Nigel, it's an area that you know best. Yes, you can have Matty James in there, who's really good technically on the ball. But if the game's going to be so spread and so long as it is at the moment, it's going to kill that midfield. You need more energy in there if they're to be what they want to be, which is in the playoffs.
They need to be a lot more consistent as well. Consistency plays a part because they'll get into a run of getting 2 or 3 good results and then they'll have quite a few indifferent results. Consistency is the key. When it comes to Championship, whether it's making the playoffs or winning this league, consistency is the key. You don't always have to play great, but you've always got to find a way to get that result, and you can't lose. I think one of the best teams right now in a great form of that is Preston. It's a great team to say because they might not be winning every single game, but they're definitely not losing. It's always wins and draws, wins and draws. And I think for me, Wrexham, they've got that ability at times where they'll lose the game that you don't expect them to.
They were under pressure today as well.
Yeah.
Make no mistake. You know, not one, as I said, in December. And when there is that much attention, that much focus on you as a club, then that brings pressure with it. More so if they didn't have the eyes, if you like, on them. Them and Birmingham City, they're unique in the way that they've come up. They've spent a lot of money to get what they have, not necessarily right now, but they've put pressure on themselves. And that's not a criticism, not for 1 second. It's an amazing journey. It's a great, great story. But another club came up and done that. You said to your fans, yeah, if you just finish mid to lower half of the table, they'd be delighted. It's different for those two.
Yeah, they're still ambitious, yeah. But not like Birmingham. Yeah.
Well, steady on. We're up there. If we only had a striker called Kieffer Moore.
Today's win kind of seems like a bit of a momentum shift, though, because Wrexham are now 13th. Troy's laughing at me because I just said momentum wrong. Wrexham are now 13th, Sheffield United are 19th. So in terms of going into Monday's game or the New Year...
But when you look at your table... Yeah. Look at the points. You can throw a hanky...
They're very close.
You can throw a hanky over them.
Yeah, but it's still the position you're in.
You can move 3 or 4 places in one weekend. You can move 8 places in a fortnight at Christmas.
I mean, listen, there's so many stories we can talk about. I mean, you look at Stoke. It wasn't so long ago that Stoke were, I believe, 3rd in the table, looking good defensively strong.
They were second, weren't they?
Second at one point, and then now you're seeing Stoke, I think, 10th or 12th in the table. Anything can happen. I always say my experience was this. I always looked at the Championship as the last 10 games. This is a busy period. This is a fun period where the table can go up and down. But the last 10 games of the season is when It is really crazy because I've seen teams.
What's at stake at Christmas then? These
Christmas
games?
is keeping with the pack. That's what Christmas is about. It's keeping with the pack as much as you can. But even now, when you look at the Championship, how competitive it is, it surprised me. Like, I've never seen a table this jam-packed and this competitive. And I think it's even going to get more crazy when it comes to the last 10 games of the season. My experience was the last 10 games, we were undefeated just to sneak into the playoffs, where we had no chance of doing that. So as much as we can talk now of where teams are, there's still such a long way to go and anything can happen.
That's strange, because my 2 experiences of getting promoted out of there, we never dropped out of the playoffs throughout the whole season of it. So it just shows you can do it many different ways. I just think you do want to be there. I think the teams that always go up in this league have goal scorers. And I think when you look throughout, there's not too many teams now that have goal scorers. So it's going to be who has somebody that strikes while the iron's hot, get somebody in January that can get them over the line. You look at Coventry, they've got 3 or 4 people that can score for them. No one that's really setting the pace for 20-odd goals. You look at Southampton, Armstrong springs to mind. After that, it's a lot of the same and the same.
There's only one team in the Championship where we'd all agree we know where they're going to finish.
Coventry.
Sheffield Wednesday.
Sheffield. Oh. Yeah.
Oh, where are Coventry going to finish, Hannah? Please tell us.
I would say Coventry are looking to get promoted at least.
They're probably the favourites.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair shout, given the distance to Ipswich, but that's not quite where they've finished.
Yeah.
But we'll let you away with that.
But, Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah, Sheffield Wednesday.
Unfortunately.
They're not mathematically relegated at the moment, though, are they?
No.
They could.
No, as Nico said earlier.
If you knew anything about this league, wouldn't it? It would be good.
But I'm just saying, they're a long way down, but still.
As Nico said, they're 30 points from safety.
Yeah, 30 points from safety.
Halfway through the season, it's a tough ask.
Yeah, definitely.
With a young side as well.
Exactly. Sheffield United were up 3-1 at one point and lost the game at 5-3. They'll be very disappointed with that one, considering they had a lot of momentum behind them.
Yeah, and you felt at the start of the game that this was a key point for Sheffield United. If they would have won all the good momentum of Chris Wilder, going into January, people on this table talking about they could make the playoffs, they're the outside bet. It just felt like everything was in their favour. But I just think that the way that this game ended up playing out showed you the vulnerabilities that they have as a squad, the mental fragility that Chris Wilder's inherited, and he's going to have to try and piece them all back together. The beautiful thing about the Championship is they go again in a few days' time. Yeah. And that's the best thing as a player. When you lose, you want a game straight away to fix it. So it'll feel disappointing tonight, but by the time they get home to like later on this evening, it'll be like, OK, what about the next one? Let's go and make that right.
Well, they can't afford to dwell on it, can they? Like any Championship team. You got to leave the past where it belongs, in the past, because they can't go out there feeling sorry for themselves. They've got to make up for that as quickly as possible. And the good thing for players, as Troy said, it's only a few days away.